Yeah, just it was a really big game for us. We try to, we talked to the guys a lot yesterday after the game about the opportunity to sweep and, that could really, it gives you an opportunity if things don't go well for you down the road at one weekend. And, anytime you can finish somebody off, especially at your own ballpark, it would be a great win for us. And came out and played hard. We were down, we tied, we're up, we're down. It's just back and forth. And then, we put together a little rally there in the seventh, and then obviously Souza hit the home run against a 30-mile-an-hour wind. And, very rarely you're going to see that where, when it leaves the bat, it's out of the park when the wind's blowing that hard. And just a great swing and a good inning there to grab that little bit of a cushion. But, overall, I thought Tiger threw the ball pretty good. Looks like he just kind of ran out of gas. He breaking stuff was really good today. Fastball was good, just missing, didn't have bad misses. Just felt like it was time to get him out. And I know a lot of you guys probably don't know this, but he was sick. We sent him home yesterday. He wasn't at the game. So we were a little nervous about him, staying out there too long because he was under the weather. But I thought he got it up and did a great job. And I really liked what I saw from Faraday. Came in, got 2 outs. We let that go there. And then Coyle, I thought he was throwing the ball great. He had an 0-2 count on the hitter with 1 out. The pitch was supposed to be buried in the dirt, and he threw it right down the middle, belt high. Next thing you know, we're chasing it to the fence. Other than that, I thought he was really good. So that was great to see. Gackle McIntyre finished it up for us. But big weekend for us, winning 3, and now we've got a big week ahead of us where we play 5 games.
Well, yeah, Dave. Nolan obviously had a monster day. What'd you think of his day?
Well, I mean, the 3-run homer obviously was a big swing. The solo home run to give us the lead was huge, and then the 2-out single, through a vacated 6-hole basically where the shortstop plays, and did it with 2 strikes, drove in another run. I mean, 5 runs. We scored 7. He drove in 5 of us. It was a great day, and just proud of him. He just hung in there, laid off a few borderline pitches, and got him a fastball that he could handle, and he handled it about as good as you can. That was a big swing.
He's been hitting pretty well for you all year. You wouldn't put him at DH, but just what do you think about his seasons he's put together to this point?
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that you could see it every now and then in the fall, but you just thought maybe it's a little bit, it's a little far off. Maybe it's going to be, a sophomore. He'll get better this year, and then it's kind of like after the holidays, we thought this guy's really made a move, and sometimes the move is more mental. He was excited about the season. He went back for the holidays and stayed in great shape, and came back in here, and he looked like he was going to, get an opportunity to play some. We just didn't know where. And then we put him, I remember the first game we put him in the game, he looked like a polished hitter. I mean, he was not, he looked great. And we thought, hey, this guy's going to help us. So we kept going, and obviously it's turned into, a starter. So good for him.
And him and Lloyd combined for 11 RBIs on the weekend. What the Hawaiian connection or whatever you want to call it. What'd you think of that?
Well, that's pretty good. You keep bringing up this Hawaiian thing, but it's just good to see guys that will commit and go so far away from home and learn to adapt and get comfortable, and teammates love them, and just happy for both of those guys.
You mentioned Tiger was sick yesterday. Do you think that maybe contributed to him running out of gas there? Or?
I'd say a little bit. I mean, he threw 82 pitches. It's really windy. If you're pitching and you're getting blown around on the mound just a little bit, it throws you off just a touch. And, that's the difference between strike and ball or bad miss or whatever. We had some guys that were ready to go. So we just felt like, that was enough. But I'm sure that being sick or a little tired, probably didn't get a lot of great sleep last night. We just felt like it was the best thing to do.
And after his last couple of starts, how nice was it to see him come out and pitch the way he did?
I thought it was I thought it was great. I mean, obviously, I know he really wanted to have a good outing. He felt like his last couple outings had just been okay. And, he gave us a chance to win the game on day 3 of a series when, Ole Miss was fighting like crazy. They needed to get out of here with one. And, he held them down pretty good. And, if you look at it, we had a chance to blow the thing open in the second and third inning. We didn't. And I think in those 2 innings alone, we stranded 5 runners. And, there was a couple other times we had a chance to blow it open too, but we got just enough hits to win. And, feel fortunate that we got those hits.
Gabe Gackel had a 2.2 and 2/3 innings of relief today. He also did two-thirds last week against LSU. How much has he excelled in your expectations as a freshman?
Oh, we knew in the fall that he was going to pitch a lot for us. He threw really well in the fall. I think he's thrown better in the spring. I think he continues to get better. I mean, he doesn't do anything max effort. It's easy. It's an easy mid-90s. It's a upper 80s slider. It's good changeup. I mean, I wouldn't say he's exceeded it. I mean, we thought it could get there, and I think he's going to be even better in a month. So, he can go 3. We could probably spot start him if we wanted to. He can do a lot of different roles for us. And today he did exactly what we needed him to do and get us through a couple innings and, maybe hand the ball off. And that's what he did.
First start for Tiger this year, we're exclusively working from the stretch. Is that right? And just what went into that?
Yeah, probably have to really talk to him more about it to me. I said something to Coach Hobbs about it. He just felt, but I think Brady just felt a little more comfortable out of the stretch right now. And, he used to work out of the stretch all the time when he was, coming out of the bullpen. So, it doesn't matter to me. Just as long as they feel comfortable and can repeat their delivery, and probably a smart move right now.
Is there anything you said for, Nolan right now only pretty much serving primarily designated hitter that, maybe only focusing on that as a freshman, a young guy, it's kind of maybe making at bats a little bit easier for him right now?
Yeah, he works extremely hard in practice and pregame and working on his defense. And in the infield, we've even had him working in the outfield a little bit, taking fly balls. And, that's really new for him. But, I have no problem putting him in the field if somebody needs a day off or somebody gets injured, or if we want to put him in the outfield, if we need to get another bat in there, because maybe somebody's not hitting. So, we're halfway through. We got a lot more to go. So, but when it's hard DHing. The rhythm is play in the field, run off the field, get a bat hit, go back to the field. When you're just DHing, you have to really stay locked in and focused and really watch for tendencies and think about your bats and watch what they're doing to other left-handed hitters or the type of hitter you are and how they're pitching them. And you can pick something up, might make a difference. And I think he does a great job of that.
Hey, Dave, I believe on Souza, on his 3-run home run, he fouled off a 1-1 pitch and he fouled off 2 1-2 pitches. And I'm thinking, man, he's making that pitcher. He's fouling off some good pitches. He's going to get a mistake. And I guess that's probably what happened. But what do you think about that at bat?
Yeah, his bat was great. He fouled off a couple pitches before he hit the home run. And I kept thinking he was going to try to drop a slider in on him, but he must not have a lot of confidence with it to the lefties. And he tried to throw a fastball by him, and he just, I don't know where it was, probably down the middle, and he got it. And what got him that pitch was the previous foul pitches. I think the pitcher might have got a little frustrated and said, I'm going to go right at you here. 'Cause I think the count was 2-2, didn't want to go full. And there it was.
He was actually 1-2.
Yeah. So, well, either way, he hit it a long way. And when he hit it, we were all smiling on our side. I'll tell you that.
And then the streak is, I guess at some point somebody's going to beat you here again, but 23-1 at home, 21 straight. I think you haven't lost a game here in 49 days or something. I looked it up. What do you think about the home, field thing?
I think it's great. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, our guys show up and they play hard and played a lot of games at home. And we've taken advantage of it. We played extremely well here. We played well everywhere, honestly. And, I'm happy that, that our crowd's getting to see us play well every time they, show up. And that's pretty much what's been going on lately. It's been fun to coach these guys, and it's fun to watch them play. I tell them that when the game starts, a lot of times we're coaching the game, but we're watching you play, and you know, it's been fun.
19 SEC games left. It's kind of crazy to think that, but 11-1's a good place to be. Obviously, just how do you feel about where you guys are sitting right now in the conference?
Well, about as good as you can get unless you're 12-0. So think about the game we lost. I mean, it was tight, and I think we lost by a run and maybe two down there in Auburn. I don't remember. That was a lot of flying for me that weekend, but I think that loss might have helped us win the last couple of weekend game threes, because that one slid away from us. We had a 4-run lead in the fifth. We ended up losing, and it can happen fast. So sometimes losses they can be good if you learn from it. Maybe it'll win you a game down the road. It's kind of like a midweek game. Sometimes you just got to go with some guys and let them go, and they get better and they help you win a game down the road that means more. So yeah, it's been a good first 4 weeks in conference, and now we got a couple of tough midweek games, and then we're going to head to Alabama and come back and play 2 more tough midweek games, and then I think head to South Carolina. So we're going to be on the road a little bit here, and we're going to play 10 games. I think it's 10 games the next 14, 15 days. So it'll be a big challenge, but it's also some guys that are going to get to play and pitch that haven't had a lot of opportunity lately.
I'm sure you have scouted San Jose State, but should we get a couple? Yeah, I mean, I know you don't know about them, but that's kind of weird to me. A team coming in from California in April. Do you remember how that series got arranged?
No, we've had teams. We had UNLV come in April, and we've had some teams from out west come out here. It's a lot of times those leagues have buys, or they're on spring break a little bit later, or they just want to travel and they want to play in our type of environment for their teams. San Jose State was in a regional last year, and I think Coach felt like it would be good for their players to go see something like this, and hopefully the weather will cooperate. We'll get them in, but we might have to fight the weather a little bit.
We've asked about how tough it is to try to play everybody because you got so much talent. But like you say, when you have this many games in this period, it does give you an opportunity to play a lot of guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, we can mix it up a little bit, and it's good because there's some guys, like you said, on the bench that they're pulling for their teammates all weekend here, and they'd rather be in the lineup playing, but they've done a good job of being a good teammate, so to speak. So when you're winning, you just kind of go with what's winning, and that's kind of what we've done lately. But there's some guys over there on our bench and in our bullpen that are ready to go.
But Dave, Ben McLaughlin had 6 walks this weekend. What's he doing well?
Well, Ben he has a great eye at the plate, and he fouls a lot of pitches off. It's hard to pitch to. They try to start to pitch him away, and they try to bust him in. He hits one off the building. I mean, he just doesn't get himself out a lot. He'd tell you today that he had a bad day, but he saw a lot of pitches. He struck out a couple of times, walked once, but he's gotten a lot of big hits for us, and a lot of those hits are late into his at bats. With 2-2 counts, 3-2, a lot of foul pitches, and then bang, he gets a hit, and he's been running a lot of pitch counts up. Okay.
Okay, sorry. Nolan, I think you had 5 RBIs. I imagine probably in high school you had 2 home runs in a game, but am I right about that? Or do you remember last time?
I
you
had
had
in
2?
high school. The first time was against Mizzou.
Okay, I guess I missed that. You had 2 home runs in that game? Well, what do you think about your freshman year? And first, what do you think about today and then your freshman year overall?
I mean, I think today was a really good win. We fought as a team on both sides of the ball. It was pretty tricky, like with the win on defense, on both sides, I think. And I think we just did a really good job of battling, getting guys on base, and then cashing in when we had the opportunity.
That 3-run home run, I think you fouled off 2 straight, 1-2 pitches. And I'm thinking, you're wasting some good pitches by that guy. And could you kind of just go through that a bit? And did you feel like when you kept fouling off, you were going to get some you could drive?
Yeah, I was trying to stay on a fastball. That's what he was pretty much throwing at everybody. So I was trying to stay on time for it, and I thought they'd probably go outer half later in the count because they hadn't shown it to me to start my at bat. And he kept coming in, so I was just doing my best to get my hands to it and foul it off. And then he left one over the plate a little more, and I was able to put a good swing on it.
Brady, coach mentioned you were under the weather. Just how'd you feel out there today?
I felt great today. Yeah, just like a little 24-hour cold or whatever, nothing serious, but yeah, felt really good today.
And then how was your stuff working out there today?
What was up?
Your stuff. What was particularly working out there for you today?
Everything felt really good today. It felt better than it has in a while. I mean, really just mixing everything. I'd say is better than one single pitch today.
Gabe, you had another great appearance on the mound, like from last weekend against LSU. What was working for you today?
I think my fastball command was good, and then my slider was. I thought I could throw it in most counts, so I was just kind of mixing well and attacking the zone.
Do you feel like you're exceeding your expectations?
I wouldn't say I'm exceeding my expectations. I expected to have success, and I think every baseball player expects himself to have success. So it's going well so far, and hopefully it keeps happening this way.
Brady, just going from the stretch exclusively, is that just a comfort thing? What was kind of the discussions between you and Coach Hobbs and making that transition today?
Yeah, just confidence thing. I felt like in the windup, my direction wasn't good. I was just off. Something was missing. I kind of felt lost going on the mound. So I was just working down the stretch subconsciously all week. And I talked to Coach Hobbs about it. And he was like, yeah, if that's what you feel good with, do it. So that's what felt better today.
And Nolan, Coach Van Horn came up here and just kind of talked about your confidence building, maybe when you came back from the holidays and you taking a step there. Did you feel that internally, maybe like after the fall and your first kind of taste of preseason, taking a break and coming back? What was that development like for you?
Yeah, I think it was good for me to be able to go home and kind of reset after the fall. And I knew that there had to be a change after the way that my fall went. So I felt like sometimes at the plate I just wasn't as confident in what kind of hitter I was. And coming back, I talked to Coach Thompson and Coach Wernis, and they told me like, I mean, you got to just know that you're a good hitter and trust yourself up there. So just listening to what they had to say and then taking that into the game, I think that's brought me some success.
The power, I mean, 6 home runs, you're tied for second. I mean, has that been something, you've always had, your entire baseball career? Is it something that you're continuing? Maybe that's been a focus for years. I mean, when did that kind of start popping up for you?
I mean, I would say I've always had decent power, but ever since probably like junior year of high school, started lifting more and getting a lot stronger. So I think that the power's come into play more recently.
No, I think you and Eloy had 11 RBIs between you, and I guess 4 home runs. I may be wrong on that too, but just what do you think about the weekend you guys put together, the Hawaiian guys?
I thought it was great. Bahima did really, really good this weekend, and super happy to see it for him. And just happy that I could join him with some home runs today.
For you and Gabe, I imagine you might did you go to some games here when you were a recruit?
No, I never saw any before I got here.
The first time you guys were ever at games here was this season, right? So, I mean, Brady knows it's kind of the norm, these crowds, but you guys have won 21 in a row at home and 23-1. Just what's it been like as freshmen to experience this home situation? And, what do you think about how well you guys have played at home? Maybe knowing you could take it then Gabe.
I think it's been great. I love playing in front of the crowd here. I think all of our fans showing up definitely is awesome for us. Just having the stadium just with that energy is never a bad thing as a player. It's awesome just to be able to show up and put on a show for everybody.
I think it's been great. The fans show up every game, and especially since SEC play started, they really started getting into the game more, and there's a lot of energy, and so it's awesome playing in front of them, and hopefully they keep coming out.
Yeah, I know you're only playing once in a week and obviously pitching, but what have you thought about this role you guys are on and being 11-1 in the SEC? And I'm sure you probably get a little extra fired up for Ole Miss, I imagine.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's exactly what we all expected. Honestly, we knew that we had the tools to be the best team in the country, and I mean, we've been handling every single opponent like we should, like we're the Arkansas Razorbacks, and I don't even think we're playing our best baseball yet. So I think we're gonna really start rolling. Everybody's gonna be in trouble.
So, yeah, in trouble now, I think. Hey, Gabe, what's it been like being part of this bullpen? You guys just keep, stacking on really good performances weekend after weekend,
Yeah, it's awesome. There's a lot of good arms in there, and there's a lot of veteran guys, and so they I've never pitched out of the bullpen, so the older guys kind of gave me some tips and tricks, and so it's been awesome just learning from them and being able to be a part of it.
Brady, with you being sick yesterday, was there ever a doubt in your mind that you were maybe not going to be able to pitch today?
No, I knew I was gonna tell the coaches I felt great no matter how I felt. I definitely was not gonna miss out on this weekend. I don't know what they thought, but I knew I was gonna pitch today.
And then for you, just the upcoming midweek games, you got a bunch of them coming up. You're going to see a lot of different arms, younger guys. Just how exciting is that for you as a pitcher to get to see, your teammates that don't maybe get to pitch as much on the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, the strength of good teams is their depth, and I think we're really gonna be able to show our depth because we got guys that haven't even thrown an inning yet, and in live at bats and bullpens and stuff, we're pretty much jaw dropped at what they're doing. I think any other year they would have gotten a lot of innings. But I mean, just add on to how depthy our bullpen is. We got guys who could be conference starters all throughout our bullpen.
Brady, you mentioned that, this outing was the best you felt in a while, but you were still, 2 of your last 3 outings were scoreless. I guess just talk about your growth as a pitcher from when you first got here to now, to just being able to do that.
I'd really say everything is confidence. Coming from high school to here, I thought I was probably going to get hit around a little bit, and that was going to be a big learning curve. But I mean, if you get recruited here, you're good enough to play here, and that's what Coach Hobbs does so well with us, is just instill a super high level of confidence in all of us, and whether you take that to the field or not, really determines how well you succeed.
Appreciate it.